Race number 7, the feature race on Sunday. It's a Class 2 contest over the 1200 metres, the Hong Kong Reunification Cup, headed by my darling, Tommy Berry from Barrier 10. Baltic Whisperer, two-time winner over the 1000, tries the 1200 for the first time. California Fortune, third last start behind Gunnison at Happy Valley. Always winner, two-time course and distance winner this season. Fantastic Eights had a bit of a break. First up since April, Mission Tycoon, beaten favourite last start. Course and distance, 2 stars back. Starshine's won 2 of his last 3. Raging Storm goes up in class. He's won 3-5 so far this season. Key Witness also up in class. Barrier 1 for him with Alvin Ung in the saddle. So we've made our way to the touchscreen to have a look at this one, Brett. And as far as the speed is concerned, well, Baltic Whisper's been quick enough to lead over 1000, so you'd imagine he'll find the front here over 12.
He'll be trying, yeah. Barrier number 8, Raging Storm, has showed that he can burn the candle at both ends by going fast early and then producing at the end of the race as well. We know E-Super's a very quick horse, generally at the Valley. California Fortune going to have his work cut out. There's every chance he's going to be caught deep. Mission Tycoon should be able to sit in behind. Fantastic 8 has been a noted front runner as well, so he could even possibly be kicking up and trying to hold the rail. I think it's pretty much guaranteed there will be a solid tempo here in our feature.
There should be plenty of speed here, Paul. What have you seen in the mornings?
Well, we'll have a look at Baltic Whisper because he is stepping up and trip. Zach Purton aboard. He's just going to have to work early, isn't he, to get across? But he has led over 1000, so he should be able to eventually get there. And you can see here him working down the back straight, nice and quiet, really. He's not really being pushed out at all. Good run from this horse, I thought, last start. 7 Heavens. He's definitely a horse who keeps improving. Ran behind not a bad one there in Hot King Prawn. So a couple of even sectionals for him. He's going well. So I just thought we'd show the two.
We'll come back to 7 Heavens in a moment. Let's start with our favourite, though, Mission Tycoon and jockey Joe Moreira.
Mission Tycoon, Joe. You ride him in a very competitive race on Sunday. What were your thoughts in his last run behind Jumbo Luck?
He should have won the race. I was a bit unlucky as I got held up behind another horse and he flashes home to nearly get there. Once again, he's facing the same kind of competition. I think if he delivers the same kind of form that he's been doing his last 2 or 3 starts, I believe he's a winning chance.
In those few runs that he's had, do you feel like he's an improving type of a horse?
He definitely, every time he goes out there, he has been performing better, so I'm expecting him to do the same again. He's a very nice horse, a horse which obviously I'm going to miss him, but I think he's a very nice horse for next season.
And with this race too, you've had a bit to do with a few others in the race. Are you confident about his chances though, compared to some of the others, the likes of the Raging Storm, California Fortunes, those types that you've ridden before?
Yeah, look, he's been very competitive in this class, and I decided to go with him because I really believe he was a chance. I've been riding Raging Storm, which is a horse coming up in class. He's a horse, obviously, which I respect very much, but I cannot ride 2 horses. I had to choose one, and I was pretty much already booked to ride Mission Tycoon before I found out that Raging Storm was going to be in the race. But honestly, it could go either way around. My horse is definitely a winning chance.
And you couldn't say he absolutely would have won, but he would have got close, and he already got close. It was ahead was the margin there, his last start.
Yeah, look, I think he's a really nice 3-year-old, as is the other horse that Joe mentioned there, Raging Storm. So from a Hong Kong racing perspective, they're 2 young horses that are very much on the way up, already in Class 2, and who knows where they'll end up next season, all being equal. Yeah,
and Jumbo Luck's a horse in form as well, so it was a really good run from him, and it's sort of clear run, I agree. He would have gone very close to winning it.
All right, OK. It was a good run from 7 Heavens at Happy Valley as well recently. It was a big price on that occasion. You might get an each-way shout about him once more. The other horses to keep an eye on here. My Ally down on the inside, and also E-Super's had a pretty good season.
He has. E-Super's better noted for his stronger efforts, I think, at Happy Valley. But of the other ones, obviously 7 Heavens ran a really good race. He ran quite a nice race prior to this, up the straight 1000 behind Jumbo Luck again, the horse that Paul just mentioned. And he's another one that's progressing nicely and looks like he'll make his presence felt next season, and chased home Hot King Prawn there, so that reads pretty well.
Yeah, it looks really good. I've got him in the numbers. I think he's an improving horse. He seems to be improving with every start, so it was a good run behind Hot King Prawn here.
Yeah, they tried him in Group 1 company as a 2-year-old in the UK. He was listed place as well, so there's clearly something there with 7 Heavens. Next one we can have a look at is Baltic Whisper. So he's looked pretty good down the 1000. He has tried it 1200 metres in Australia before he moved, without success, it must be said, but it's not the complete first time he's tried the trip. It just is here in Hong Kong. The other horse we're concentrating on here is California Fortune.
Yeah, well, he's going to struggle from the barrier, I think, California Fortune, gate 14. And Baltic Whisper, As you mentioned, I mean, he had some form overseas over the 1200, but I just really want to see him against the opposition there on Sunday at 1200 metres. He's obviously a nice enough horse going forward at 1,000, but 1200 metres with weight and an awkward gate against some horses that have already proven themselves around the circle and with lighter weights, I'm going to leave him out.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, same reasons. I think that barrier 8 just could be a little bit awkward for him.
All right, OK, that's Baltic Whisper. Now, here's the horse that Joe was talking about, Raging Storm. Had to make the decision. He's gone with Mission Tycoon, but this is another very nice horse in the making. Yeah,
I've got him in the numbers, Raging Storm, but he does things wrong. He's won 3 of his last 4, and he did win his last 2 quite really impressively, so maybe the penny completely dropped for him. But barrier number 11, up in grade, I just thought it was a little bit awkward, so I haven't got him on a win line, but I've still got him in the numbers.
It certainly on paper looks a lot more comfortable, doesn't it, for Mission Tycoon with barrier number 4 as opposed to gate 11 here for Raging Storm. Up into Class 2 for the first time we saw Mission Tycoon compete in the class and perform well. But he's a pretty serious horse, Raging Storm. I don't think it's beyond him.
Yeah, I agree.
The horse that's run seconds come out and run again since and run well, so the form looks to stand up. Chad Schofield will be the lucky recipient of that ride. One more horse to take a check on. This is another horse that comes here in form. And this is Star Shine. He's won 2 of his last 3 starts and held up on the rail here momentarily, burst through for a win.
Yeah, and when he did win 3 starts ago, Mission Tycoon ran 4th in that race. So obviously Mission Tycoon potentially needed the run first up, but Star Shine's done very little wrong. It's a slightly awkward gate, barrier 7, trying the class for the first time. I just was reluctant to put him on top to win because I'm just not sure whether or not he's going to be as classy as potentially Mission Tycoon or Raging Storm. But he's done very little wrong and he could easily be smart enough. There's still a bit to come, I would have thought.
Yeah, I quite like him. I've got him in the numbers as well. I think he's a really nice progressive horse. And look, he's beaten some good ones too. He bet Handsome Bobo a couple of starts and bet the hot favourite Mission Tycoon. He's odds on at the moment.
Yeah, and he's won 2 of his last 3 and you get a double-figure price. Yeah. But who's on top, Paul?
I'm going to go with the favourite. He's come up pretty short at the moment, $1.90. But from barrier 4, I think he'll get the best run in the race. He's going to be tough to beat. So 9 on top to beat the 5-7 Heavens, who's a horse who keeps improving. Starshine, we just talked about him. We've talked about Raging Storm as well. So 9, 5 at 10 and 12. I think exotics because Mission Tycoon's come up a bit short for me.
There's definitely some exciting gallopers here for the future of Hong Kong racing on a sprint line. Mission Tycoon, Raging Storm, 2 very smart 3-year-olds. I think they potentially can cue the race, but it is a race that's got a lot of horses with talent in it. 7's Heavens is on the way forward and Starshine's done very little wrong as well. So 9, 12, 5 and 10. Whatever the case, it'll be a solid form reference, this one I would have thought, going forward.
Certainly will be. There's a lot of depth to this. I've gone with Mission Tycoon as well. I don't think he's an odds-on shot, but that's his price at the moment. I thought he was the most likely winner in a deep field. That's race number 7. More trophy racing coming up next, though, in our 8th contest.